Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with Matt, who is one of our key fitters here at Cambridge and a Titleist ambassador, and we're going to take a little look at the U505 from Titleist against the T200 driving iron. So if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. So Matt, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for spending a bit of time out of the studio and talking to us about this two really cool looking products. They've only just been released.
Yep.
U505 and T200 obviously marries in with the new iron a little bit. What's the difference first? Let's start there. What are Titleist saying about these two products?
So they are basically just trying to evolutionise the previous generation. You know, take what was good about it, take what feedback they had that could be improved, and then hopefully make it into that new product which we have here. So U505 typically, because it's quite a hollow head, you know, it's a big chunky head, used to be very loud, quite a clicky sound. So they've worked quite hard at, you know, changing the forging process on the face, changing the acoustics of the head so that people aren't put off by the sound and that they actually see the product for what it is.
Okay.
Then the T200, really the previous generation was, I already thought was a really good product. So similar thing, trying to make it nice and responsive off the face in terms of strike, and then repositioning the tungsten in both heads to make them hopefully a little bit more forgiving, which, having had the T200 myself compared to an older driving iron, definitely can see already in the last few months.
So why, you know, you're doing a lot of fitting at the moment, you spend a lot of time in our fitting bay. So if you've got a customer and a player come in, why would you pick one over the other? What's the ball flights you're going to choose? Which one are you going to choose? Why? What player are you going to put in which one?
Yeah, so mainly probably comes down to either forgiveness or flight. So U505, as we just said, very chunky head, very low centre of gravity because we've got such a big sole. So for someone that needs some launch, some help getting the ball airborne, or they want to play a hybrid type product, but they prefer looking at an iron, then chances are the 505 is going to do that. The lower centre of gravity compared to the 200 is going to help launch the ball higher. So on a dry test that I've done, I generally hit this around 20 foot higher than the T200 in the same loft and the same shaft, just through centre of gravity placement.
Okay.
Whereas T200, you would see maybe for someone that wants to really just see something off a tee, so very forward flight, potentially they play someone that's quite firm, quite windy, so a more link style golf course. So tight par fours or shorter par fours where they just want to keep it in play and length isn't absolutely everything that they need. That's probably where the T200 comes in more.
So not someone who's like got high speed, is he still going to benefit from U505, or is he sort of going into T100 because of the high speed?
So Victorhovland actually uses this. So
He's
he's
answered my question then,
quick enough.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So I think he uses this in a 2-iron.
Okay.
Obviously he's been playing pretty well recently.
Yeah.
So he might change ball flight more through the shaft.
Okay.
Something like that, you know, maybe a stronger shaft to help bring the flight down, but even he's looking for maybe a bit more forgiveness in his long iron.
Yeah.
So hence why he may well have gone for a 505 type product.
It's interesting you said, I just want to pick up a point you said earlier, which is people are coming, maybe you might get a guy that wants doesn't want a traditional 3-iron or 4-iron, that maybe have always been forced into a hybrid.
Yeah.
This is kind of the bit in between the hybrid of the hybrid, if you like.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of it is, or some of it, not a lot of it, sorry, some of it can be ego. People want to be able to strike a 2-iron throughout. They even make this in a 1-iron.
Yeah.
So it kind of offers that best of both. It looks like an iron, it feels like an iron, but it goes a bit more like a hybrid. Whereas the T200 goes like an iron.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the forgiveness element.
You've got to hit it.
You've got to hit it well. Yeah.
Okay. So shaft options. What you know? There's lots out there. What do we have? What's available?
Yeah. So as standard, they all come with graphite.
Yeah.
Is their main stock option. Reason being, it makes it a little bit lighter. You can swing it a little bit faster to try and help get the gapping at the top end of the bag. So one of the other reasons that you might put this in at the top end compared to like a T100 or a T150 is because you're not quite generating enough ball speed to create the top end gapping. So lighter shaft creates a bit more club head speed, hopefully creates a bit more ball speed, and then the top end gapping is suitable.
Okay.
The other reason as well is generally being a little bit softer than steel, you can launch them a little bit higher.
So there's quite a few shaft options in there.
So for Titleist, any hybrid shaft that they offer in their matrix, you can actually put in one of these heads.
Wow, okay.
So we've got the hazardous smoke, which is generally their main option that they have, as comes as standard, but then they also have a few graphite design shafts as well.
Wow.
Slight upcharge on those, but they offer something a little bit different in terms of ball flight, feel, etc.
So there's plenty to play with in this. And in terms of, you talked about the gap in there, which I think is really, really important, and sometimes quite often gets missed because players are just saying, well, I need to fill the gap.
Mm-hmm.
How does this gap fit into the irons? So sometimes the old driving irons always felt like they went that little bit further, a little bit faster than the standard iron. I know that might not be the same in T200, but how does that work in U505? Do you notice the gapping and going down into the 4-iron and does it feel okay?
Yeah, I mean, you can make it work because you've got the different options. You might find someone that actually, okay, they have a traditional lofted 5-iron, or they have a stronger lofted 5-iron in something like a T350. Well, if you went to a 4-iron in this, it probably wouldn't. It would go too much further because the lofts of all irons are different. So, with having these in 2 to 4-iron and the 505 in a 1-iron, it doesn't matter if you go from a 5-iron to a 3-iron, as long as the gapping is.
That's really, really important. It doesn't need to be numerical and just have 4, 5, 6, 7.
Exactly.
Okay, it's really interesting. So, in terms of, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of your gut, I've put them to the test yourself, but also seen them in the bay a couple of months now. Which one do you think is going to be the most popular for the let's call him the standard golfer, the club golfer? You know, which one's going to be more popular?
I think it's going to be quite close now, whereas previously it was definitely the T200. I think people, once they get over the initial look of a 505 and they actually hit it and they suddenly see the ball really high, can see it really high, and very forgiving, they kind of then forget, oh, it's a little bit big. Yeah. But it's still
the
smaller
feel
than a
must make a
hybrid.
difference as well.
Yeah, so far seeing a lot more 50-50 split, whereas in previous it was
okay, so you're going to sit on the fence, but come on, we're going to give you an answer. We need our viewers, our subscribers need an answer. Which one are you going with?
Probably still marginally T2.
Are you going to sit with T2?
Yeah, just because of that traditional long iron player probably wants to see the ball flight a little bit more forward, flat, running along the floor. So yeah, if you're going to put me on the spot, I'd go T2. Yeah.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Obviously, Matt is incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to Titleist product and all custom fit product. If you like our videos and you enjoyed that, please hit the subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.